In December 2017, Brazilian YouTuber Renato Garcia was exploring an abandoned hospital on the outskirts of Brazil while riding through the site on motorcycles. As the passageways became narrower, they suddenly came face to face with an armed man, turning the exploration into a dangerous and unexpected encounter.
Ô tio, ô, que é isso, irmão? Ixi, não tem dinheiro não.
Acho que tem. Mas quantas horas no hospital, mano? Ah, então tô fumando um cigarrinho aí, tio. Tem como não?
Não tem, né? Só nós veio aqui pra conhecer.
Tô louco, tio. Dá um realzinho aí, tio. Você com esse montão aí, você não tem um real.
Você tem algum dinheiro aí, Renato?
Não tenho, não trouxe dinheiro não, mano.
Tô louco, tio. Dá um real aí, tio.
Ixi, pior que não tem nada.
Ah, então o bagulho é o seguinte.
Não, ô, sai pra lá com esse negócio aí, não. Ô.
Na covardia.
Aí. Parece faca de cadeia? Você tava preso?
Por que tá na covardia, mano? Você quer dinheiro, você pede. Se a gente não tem, você vai querer roubar a gente? Você tá mais com quem aqui?
A man suddenly emerged from the shadows, holding a knife, and demanded that the group hand over their valuables. Renato's friend, who had been riding behind him, pulled out a firearm and ordered the man to drop the knife and back away. The man eventually complied, dropping the knife and retreating from the group. The encounter clearly shook the men, but thankfully, Renato's friend was armed. Without the firearm, the situation could have ended much worse. On September 10th, 2019, a vlogger was exploring an abandoned, run-down town in Kurdistan. He believed the area was completely deserted, until something happened that made him question whether he was really alone.
An abandoned building exploration. Come on, let's do it. Whoa, blin! Ya bayous, short! Oh, blin! You scared me. There's a man taking a shit. No, I think I might get out of here. Okay, have a nice one. Здравствуй. Holy shit! I thought it was a monster.
Suddenly, a man appeared and scared the daylight out of him. Unsure of what might happen next, he quickly turned around and got out of the area before the situation could escalate. A Russian woman named Alexander was exploring an abandoned house filled with vintage belongings and old photographs. Strange sounds could be heard coming from inside, while an unfamiliar car was also parked outside, raising the question of whether someone else was nearby.
3 часа ночи я уже стояла под этой локацией практически, там, буквально в 5 минутах ходьбы, чтобы оставить машину и сюда добраться пешком. А под этой локацией прямо под ней стояла машина с фарами включенными.
She didn't enter the building until 6 a.m., choosing to wait until morning to make sure no one was inside.
Так это туда этот след идет. А я его не видела даже.
As she entered the building, she noticed several signs that someone had been there recently. The lights were still on, and various belongings appeared to have been moved around, suggesting that the house may not have been as abandoned as she first thought.
Блять. Ах, нихуя себе, вот оно, блядь. Чё? Ебать. Что за хуйня, блядь?
She suddenly noticed the shadow of a person moving in the distance. She then discovered several candles that were still lit, suggesting that someone had been inside the house very recently.
Блядь. Ну нахуй хватит, блядь, уже ж может быть.
She then heard a series of chilling noises coming from another room, leaving her unsure of whether someone else was still inside the house. As she left the room, she suddenly felt something red dripping onto her face. Unsure of what it was, she looked up to see where it was coming from. At this point, she was actually relieved to know that someone else was in the house, as heavy footsteps could be heard approaching her. Fearing what might happen, she quickly hid inside a bathroom. Thankfully, there was a window she could climb through, allowing her to escape the building and run back to her car. She managed to drive away safely and later reported the incident to police. On May 26, 2024, the YouTube channel Vacant Haven explored an abandoned house belonging to a man who had recently passed away. The property was surrounded by old, deteriorating cars that had been left to slowly decay. But as they approached the house and prepared to go inside, they began to get the feeling that they weren't alone.
It's like a horror film, Ed. He's got to do it. How do you know? I heard noise. This is like a horror film, mate.
Was that you, babe? Did you just hit that? Well, you
As they entered the house, they discovered that the electricity was still working, and several rooms contained suitcases, suggesting that someone may have still been staying there. While they were exploring, a car suddenly pulled up outside the house, immediately putting the group on high alert.
Where are you? I'm opening the gates. Which way? Hang on, which way do we go? Go that way. Don't let him see you, don't let him see you.
Once they noticed the car outside, they quickly left the house and rushed back to their own vehicle. As they drove away, they spotted a man standing further down the road, watching them as they left the property. This YouTuber was exploring an abandoned fortress in Germany that was rumored to have been used by the Nazis for experiments. The site was also said to be haunted, with stories of strange paranormal activities surrounding the location. Curious to see what they could uncover, the group decided to explore the underground tunnels beneath the fortress.
Назад, там, блядь, тупик, наверное. Терен, что ты смотришь? Еще мыши. Что это, блин? Херня.
Блин, на самом деле...
Да, походу, нам надо отсюда топать. Кому-то... Очень смешно. Я чуть колодец не улетел.
Спасибо, папа. Давай отсюда.
Вот это, блин. Вот это стрёмно. Нас со всех сторон окружают? Эту херню, это нереально сыкотно.
Loud bangs and the sound of footsteps could be heard echoing throughout the underground tunnels. While filming, they also captured a strange black silhouette that appeared to be human-shaped. However, they didn't notice it until they reviewed the footage later.
Друзья, мы уже много что посмотрели. Здесь просто нереальное количество летучих мышей, но вы и сами это видите.
As one of the men was being filmed, a dark shadow suddenly appeared and moved across the far end of the tunnel. The group insisted that all members of the crew were in front of the camera at the time, leaving them unable to explain what the shadow could have been. Thanks for watching these 5 abandoned building clips. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to check out my other videos and don't forget to like and subscribe for more.